Yeah, hi all. Hope you're doing good. So till now we learned about the number systems. In number systems are types of numbers and types of fractions and LCM and HCF, right? Today we are going to discuss about the divisibility test or rules. Like let's say in example of 6 digit number or a 10 digit number ఇచ్చి 3th divisible అవుతుంది లేదా so and so 11th divisible అవుతుందా 17th divisible అవుతుందా అవుదా ఇలా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయమంటారు అనమాట. సో ఇలాంటి such cases లో these divisibility rules or tests it will very helpful. Okay, let's take example 2 3 4 5 some 6. Okay, so let's take with questions లో 4 divisible అవుతుందా అవుదా అని ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయమంటారు. So we know like in conventional method we will do rightly, but if suppose if the options లో 3 b option b 4 and c let's take 2 7 and option d let's take 9, right? సో మన కన్వెన్షనల్ మెథడ్ ఎలా చేస్తాం, ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ నెంబర్తో మనం డివిజిబుల్ చేస్తాం. ఇఫ్ రిమైండర్ గెట్ 0 దెన్ ద పర్ఫెక్ట్లీ డివిజిబుల్ బై that particular number. Let's take example 3. Okay, 3 తో divisible చేస్తే రిమైండర్ 0 వస్తే so it is perfectly divisible by 3. If not, right, then we have to go to the check for the other number. Let's take 4. If it is 0, okay, fine, it will be divisible by 4. బట్ ఎగ్జామ్లో మనకి ఇంత టైం ఉండదు కదా ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ ఆప్షన్స్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసి చెక్ చేసి మన ఆన్సర్స్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయడానికి. సో ఇన్ దట్ కేస్ దీస్ ఆల్ divisibility rules will help you. Okay. Yeah, let's quickly start the divisibility rule 2. Okay, so divisibility divided by 2 rule means if unit digit is even or 0 it will perfectly divisible by 2. Let's take example 244. So let's check for the unit digit. It is 4, right? So 4 is even number, so it will definitely divisible by 2. Let's take you can consider any number, right? If it is even or even number then perfectly divisible by 2. Let's take 240 examples like 248. Okay, and 708. Let's say 6 digit 7 digit or 8 digit number like 782198298892, right? So you have to consider the unit digit. So unit digit is 2, right? So it will perfectly divisible by 2. Okay, let's take examples, a few more examples. Wait a second. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, let's take example like 548. So now check whether 540 is a unit digit, I mean divisible by 2 or not. How to check? Like you have to consider the unit digit, right? 8. So 8 is a even number, so yeah, it is will perfectly divisible by 2. Let's take 659 and you have to consider the unit digit, that is 9. So 9 is not an even number nor or 0, right? So neither even nor 0, so then it is no, right? Take another example like 4549080. So in this unit digit is 0. What I said, if even unit digit is even or 0 then definitely it will divisible by 2. Yeah, so next divisibility rule is 3. I hope you understood about divisibility by divisibility 2 rule. Now we'll quickly move to the divisibility by 3 rule. So what is divided divisible by 3? If sum of its digits are divisible by 3, let's suppose take any ఒక number ఇచ్చారు దాన్ని all digits మీరు sum చేసి దాని divisibility by 3 అయితే it will perfectly divisible by 3 that given number. Let's take example like let's take 500 and let's take 22. Okay, let's take 22. So we have to like do some addition for all the digits in 522. So what are the digits? We have 5 2 2, right? So we have to add 5 plus 2 plus 2. So now tell me, so is 5 plus 2 plus 2 how much? Yeah, 1 second guys. Yeah, so 5 plus 2 plus 2 is equal to 9, right? So is 9 divisible by 3? If you get remainder 0, yeah, right? then you will get remainder 3, right? So yeah, it is perfectly divisible by 3. So yes, it will divided by 3 the given number. So that is 522 is the divisibility by 3. Now let's take other example like 1 6 1 2, okay, and 1 5. So if I have taken the 6 digit number here, so you have to add all the 6 digits, 1 plus 6 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 5. Now tell me what is the addition of all this? 7 plus 3 10, 10 plus 1 11, 11 plus 5 it's 16, right? So now check 16 is divisible by 3. No, right? You won't get, the remainder is 0. So if it is not, then the given number 6-digit number is no, it won't divisible by 3. In this way you have to do the divisibility by 3 method. Okay, you can use this method to check whether the given number is perfectly divisible by 3 or not. Yeah, so now next divisibility rule is 4. So what is divisibility rule 4? If one second, yeah, if last two digits are divisible by 4, then okay, or else if last two digits are 0, then it will definitely divisible by 4. Okay, here let's take example like 244. Okay, let's take this example. So now what I mentioned, right, last two digits you have to take. So what are the last two digits? 44. So then check 44 if it is divisible by 4 or not. Okay, yeah, so if you divide you will get 11, right? Quotient 11 and remainder 0, then it's, yeah, it is divisible by 4. Yes. So and let's take another example. One second. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, let's take another example like 162 from 500. Okay, so what I mentioned, either you have to take last two digits, okay, or last two digits is 00, then you can directly say it will perfectly divisible by 4, right? I said the last two digits are 00. Yeah, in 162,500 the last two digits are 00, right? Yeah, then it definitely perfectly divisible by 4. Either you can take any if other than the zeros, you have to consider those two numbers and you have to divide. If both digits are 00, then you are perfectly divisible by 4. Let's take other example, like let's take 1625 and 0. Okay, so in this you have to consider last two digits. What are the last two digits? 550, right? Just try to divide with 4. So you will get remainder as a 2, right? Like, because 4 12s are 48 and you will get remainder as a 2. So yeah, it is remainder is not 0, so then yeah, it is won't divisible by 4. So in this way we have to do all the divisibility rules with 4. Okay, hope it's clear. Let's move next. Next method is divisibility by 5. So divisibility by 5 means if unit digit is either 5 or 0. Okay, if let's take example 250. Let's 25. Let's take 25. Okay, 25 is, you have to consider unit digit. Unit digit is 5, right? So 5 means it will perfectly divisible by 5. Let's take another example like 310. So in this we have a unit digit is 0, so it will be also perfectly divisible by 5. Okay, and yeah, if you take consider any other example like 214515, and if you have to consider the unit digit here also it's 5 and it's perfectly divisible by 5, right? In this way we have to do the divisibility by 5 rule. Other than the 5 and 0, yeah, it won't divisible by 5. Yeah, now next method is divisibility by 6 rule. So divisibility by 6 rule is if it is simultaneously divisible by 2 and 3. We already learned about 2 and 3, right? How to do divisibility by 2 and 3. So if it is simultaneously divided by 2 and 3, yeah, it is perfectly divisible by 6. Let's take example 3 6 36. Okay, let's take 36 and so now we have to check with 2 and 3 as well. Okay, so we have to check 2 with 2 and with 3 also. How we do? We already did, right, in previously, to be divisibility 2 and divisibility 3 using. So now check with 36. First of all, check with the divisibility by 2 rule. One second. Yeah, let's check unit digit is 6 here, so it will perfectly divisible by 2, right? With the divisibility by 3 rule, how we'll check 3 plus 6, all the sum of digits, right? So it means 9. Yeah, 9 is also perfectly divisible by 3. So if it is satisfying with both and 2 and 3, right? So then definitely it will satisfy for 6. So 36 is divisible by 6. Let's take other example. So let's take other example 21756 here. So we have to check for 2 and 3. Now here unit digit is 6, it is even number, so then definitely we know it's divisible by 2. And for 3 we have to add all the sum digits. 2 plus 1 plus 7 plus 5 plus 6, you will get 21 sum as. So this 21 is divisible by 3 అవుతుందా అవుదా చెక్ చేయాలి. సో 3 7 0, right? So it will also perfectly divisible by 3. So then given number is perfectly divisible by 6. In this way we have to do the divisibility method for by 6. Okay, hope it's understood. Next is divisibility by 7 rule. So hope it's clear till divisibility by 6. Now we move into the divisibility by 7. So divisibility 7 rule ఎలా సాల్వ్ చేస్తామంటే excuse me, one second. Yeah, sorry. If you have to satisfy this a minus 2b equation. So if we satisfy a minus 2b and result is 0 or multiple of 7, then yeah, it is perfectly divisible by 7. So then, but we have a question mark like what is a and what is b, correct? So here b as a unit digit and a is the rest of the number, given number. Let's take example 49. We know 49 is divisible by 7, right? 7 square. So let's take in this 49. So b is like a units place, okay, as I mentioned previously, and a is like a rest of the given number, okay, rest of the given number. Okay, so units place ever unnaru, so 9, right? Okay, one second. Yeah, let's take now 4 minus 2 into 9. So 4 is the rest of the number. If you neglect the unit digit, so you will have a minus 14. 4 minus like 18 is equal to minus 14, right? So minus 14, yeah, 14 is also divisible by 7. You will get minus 2, remainder as a 0. Yeah, then it's perfectly divisible by 7. Okay, in this way you have to satisfy. If it is a 6 digit number also, the last unit digit is a b, remaining 5 digits are like a a. So you can solve that. Okay, let's take example like 343, right? Here the b is equal to how much? Unit digit, right? What is b and what is a here? So b is the unit digit, I already mentioned. So and a is the rest of the number, 34. Okay, b is 3 and a is 34, and you substitute in the given formula, a minus 2b. So 34 minus 2b, which is equal to 28. So now tell me, 28 is divisible by 7 or not? Yes, right? You will get 4 quotient and remainder as 0. In this way you have to do. If it is a larger number, you can continue this till you get the least number, okay, so that you can easily divisible by 7. Hope it's understood. Yeah, so next is divisible by 8. So here divisibility by 4 and divisibility by 8 difference ఏంటంటే, in divisibility by 4 lo we have considered last 2 digits, right? If the last 2 digits are divisible by 4, then okay. In the same way, if divisibility by 8 ఎలా చేస్తారంటే, we have to consider last 3 digits. If last 3 digits are divisible by 8, then yeah, fine. Or if last 3 digits are 0, yeah, okay. So okay, example, let's take 324. Okay, so now do the 324. It's a 3 digit number. You can take all the 3 digits here. 324 by 8 you have to check. So now we won't get remainder is a 0 right here. If we cancel with 8, so you have some remainder, so then it is not perfectly divisible by 8. See, it is not divisible by 8, so that's the remainder. We are not getting 0 here, so that's why it won't divisible by 8. Let's take other example, 216304. So now you have to consider last 3 digits, 304, right? 304 you have to check with 8. So if you cancel, how much we will get? 8 3s are 24 and 64 you left, so 8 just. So you will get 38 as a quotient and remainder as a 0. So then this is perfectly divisible by 8. Now the next divisibility rule is divisible by 9. So ఎప్పుడైనా సరే మీరు కంపేర్ చేసుకొని చదవాలి. లెట్స్ టేక్ 2 కి 8 కి సమ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ రిలేషన్, రైట్? 2 కి 2 డిజిట్స్, 8 కి 3 డిజిట్స్ కన్సిడర్ చేసుకున్నాం. అండ్ సేమ్ వే 3 కి 9 కి దేర్ ఇస్ ఎ రిలేషన్. 3 లో సమ్ ఆఫ్ డిజిట్స్ చేస్తున్నాం, divisible by 3 చేస్తున్నాం. Here also it is sum of digits. If it is divisible by 9, then answer is divisible by given question is divisible by 9. Let's take example 171. Okay, now we have to add all the digits, 1 plus 7 plus 1, so which will 9. So 9 is perfectly divisible by 9, right? So in this way, let's take other example, 21799. What you have to do, you have to add all the digits. So 2 plus 1 plus 7 plus 9 plus 9. So how much you will get? 19 and 28, right? So 28 is divisible by 9? No, right? 9 3 is 27 వస్తుంది, 28 రావట్లేదు, so it won't divisible by 9. So there is a relation between 9 and 3. Just compare it and just understand it. ఈ విధంగా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవడానికి ట్రై చేయండి కంపేర్ చేస్తూ. అండ్ డివిజిబిలిటీ బై నెక్స్ట్ ఈజ్ డివిజిబిలిటీ బై 10 రూల్. సో యూ ఆల్రెడీ నో. సో డివిజిబిలిటీ బై 10 రూల్ ఎలా చేస్తామనేసి, ఇఫ్ లాస్ట్ డిజిట్స్ ఈజ్ 0 or its multiples of 10, then definitely we can easily tell, right? Other than 0 we won't have anything, right? It won't be divisible by 10. So then that's why I'm moving to the divisibility by 11, because divisibility by 10 is very easy. So now divisibility 11 is if the difference of the sum of digits are at odd places and sum of digits at even places. So odd place and even place, please make a note of this. Odd place and even place. Let's take example. Let's take example 1 3 6 4. Okay, so 4 digit number తీసుకున్నాను. సో ఇందులో ఆడ్ ప్లేసెస్ ఏంటి, ఈవెన్ ప్లేసెస్ ఏంటి? 1 and 3 పొజిషన్లో ఉన్న ఆడ్ ప్లేస్, 2 and 4 పొజిషన్లో ఉన్నవి ఈవెన్ ప్లేసెస్, రైట్? సో యూ క్యాన్ టేక్ ఇన్ ఎయిదర్ వే. ఫస్ట్ ఆడ్ అని తీసుకోవచ్చు, తర్వాత ఈవెన్ అని తీసుకోవచ్చు. సో ఇక్కడ నేను ఈవెన్ ప్లేసెస్ తీసుకున్నాను 3 + 4, అండ్ దెన్ ఐఎమ్ సబ్ట్రాక్టింగ్. డిఫరెన్స్ ఇస్ లైక్ సబ్ట్రాక్టింగ్, రైట్? యా, so difference is like subtracting. So 1 + 3, sorry, 1 + 6. So if you do subtraction, 7 - 7, right? So you will get remainder 0. Either if you get remainder 0 or multiples of 11, then perfectly given number is perfectly divisible by 11. Okay, so if given digits after difference of even plus odd plus ఉన్న values ని sum చేసి difference చేస్తే, if you get 0 or multiples of 11, then it's perfectly divisible by 11. Hope it's understood. Let's take another example, 121. We know 121 is perfectly divisible by 11, right? So odd places here 1 + 1, and even place -2. So if you do subtraction here, 2 - 2 is 0, right? You got 0. So if you got 0 or multiples of 11, yeah, it will be perfectly divisible by 11. So now quickly move to the divisibility by 12 rule. So divisibility by 12 rules, if it is follows divisibility rule for both 3 and 4. So we have done for 6, right? So like how we do to if satisfies for 2 and 3, the same way if it is satisfied for 3 or 4 or 2 and 6, either way you can do. So you have to find the factors for 12 factors, 3, 4 okay, and 2 or 6 okay, right? Either way you have to consider, if you consider 3 and 4, it has to satisfy for both 3 and 4. If you consider 2 and 6, it has to satisfy for 2 and 6. So you already did for 6, in the same way you can do for divisibility by 12 and 13. So next is divisibility by 13. A plus 4b should be multiple of 13. So we have done for some divisibility by 7, right? It is a minus 2b. In the same way, it has to satisfy a plus 4b. Let's take example 572. So in the a b already happened. B is the units place and a is the rest of number, right? So just substitute in that given equation, a plus 4b equation. Okay, so okay, 1 second. So already said, right? A is the rest of number and b is the units place. Rest of number 57, right? And b is 2. So 4 into 2, 57 plus 8. So how much you will get? 65, right? So 65 is divisible by 13. Absolutely, right? So 13 5 is there. So you are getting quotient is 5 and remainder is 0. So then given 572 is perfectly divisible by 13. So for divisibility by rule 13, it has to satisfy for a plus 4b equation. The same way divisibility by 7 is for a minus 2b. Okay, next 14 15 I'm not telling, 16 also, because 14 2 7 the 2 ki 7 ki satisfies, it will satisfy, and 15 5 3 is a 15, and 16 also 2 8 0 or 4 4 0, right? So that's why I'm quickly moving to divisibility rule 17. So 17 ki int satisfy cheyalante a minus 5b formula satisfy cheyali. So b is like units place, as I said, and a is the rest of number. If the result is multiple of 17, okay, then the given number is the perfectly divisible by 17. See, as I mentioned, where b is here is the unit digit and a is the remaining part of the number. Understood? 1 second. Yeah, let's take example let's take example 595. Okay, so here you have to satisfy the a minus 5b equation. So a means rest of the number 59 and b is the unit digit 5. So just substitute in the equation, you will get 59 minus 25. So which means 34. I'm sorry, I wrote 24. 24 by 17. It's 34. So yeah, 34 by 17. So which means 2, right? It is perfectly divisible by 17. So in this way, for divisibility by 17 rule, so you have to satisfy a minus 5b. And next method is divisible by 19 method. So for 7 it's a minus 2b, for 19 it is a plus 2b. Okay, if it is satisfied for a plus 2b, the result is multiple of 19. Okay, then given answer is, question is perfectly divisible by 19. But here also same, b is a unit digit and a is the remaining part of the number. 1 second. Yeah, I'm sorry, 1 second. Yeah, example, let's take example 1653. Okay, 1653. So you have to substitute into a plus 2b. So a is the rest of number 165 and b is a unit digit in 2 into 3. So 165 plus 2 3 is 6. So 171. So now tell me 171 will be perfectly divisible by 19 or not? Yes, right? So 19 9 0 171. So then the given number is perfectly divisible by 19. So in this way you have to solve all these things. So 7, 13, 17 and 19 are having the same kind of relations. The formula has to satisfy the given formula. So remember and correlate with all those three things. And next, divisibility by 20. If the number satisfies divisibility test for both 5 and 4 and 5. And 25, if the unit last two digits is 25, 50 or 75. Okay, it is perfectly divisibility by 25. And yeah, for 50, you know, last digit is 50 or 00. It is divisibility by 50. So in this way, so we have to solve 50 and 00. Let's take 100 or 250 or 300, 350 or everything will divisible by 50.
See, these are the important points. You must and should remember all the points. See, point number 1 is, if 6-digit number is formed by repeating a digit, the number is divisible by 3, 7, 11 and 13, 37. So let's take example called triple, all the ones. See, ఇక్కడ మాట్లాడుతుంది a digit. A digit means it's a single digit. So single digit అనేది, let's take 2 or something, 6 times repeat అవుతుంది అనుకోండి. అయిందా? సో ఇలాంటి ఒకే నంబర్ 6 టైమ్స్ ఏం రిపీట్ అయితే ఆ నంబర్ అనేది 3 తో డివిజిబుల్ అవుతుంది, 7 తో కూడా అవుతుంది, 11 తో అవుతుంది, 13 తో అవుతుంది, 37 తో కూడా అవుతుంది. ఓకే, అండ్ వాట్ ఇస్ ద సెకండ్ పాయింట్? సో సెకండ్ పాయింట్ ఇస్ 2 డిజిట్ నంబర్. ఇందాక సింగిల్ డిజిట్ నంబర్ కోసం మాట్లాడడం, ఇప్పుడు 2 డిజిట్ నంబర్. ఓకే, లెట్స్ టేక్ 2 డిజిట్ నంబర్ అనేది 3 టైమ్స్ రిపీట్ అవుతుంది ఇక్కడ. లెట్స్ టేక్ 27 3 టైమ్స్ రిపీట్ అయిందా? or else you can take 91. So ఇలా ఏ number కనిపించినా సరే that number will definitely divisible by 3, 7, 13 and 37. Okay, and if you consider third point, it's a 3-digit number. 3-digit number అనేది 2 times repeat అవుతాయి. Let's take 243. Let's take 521. Let's take 779. Okay, 2 number అనేది 2 సార్లు రిపీట్ అయితే 3-digit number అనేది that will divisible by 7, 11, 13. Let's take example, third example తీసుకుందాం. అది 7 అవుతుందో లేదో చెక్ చేద్దాం. 779. ఓకే, ఎలా చెక్ చేస్తాం? 7 కి ఏంటి ఫార్ములా ఏంటి? a minus 2b, right? So now tell me, a ఎవరు? 7 minus 18. What is the answer? 779. 77 and 18 is 69 and 59. So this is also bigger number, right? You can apply the same formula again. So 7795, this is the a minus 2 into 9. Again you can subtract. Do this. Okay, 95 and 18 is 87 and 77. So all are like 7, 4-digit number. Now tell me, this all 7 is definitely divisible by 7, right? Right? So in this way, you can do it. Or else you can directly apply that method, or you can directly apply this మీకు పాయింట్ గుర్తుంటే ఇది డైరెక్ట్ గా పెట్టేయచ్చు, లేదంటే divisibility మెథడ్ వెళ్ళిపోవచ్చు మీరు. So this is about first 3 points. And coming to the fourth point, the difference of a number of its 1000 and remainder of a divisible by 1000. Remainder of divisible by 1000 is divisible by 7, the number is.
First 5 points, if you remember or not, it's up to you. It's not a big deal because మీకు ఆల్రెడీ divisibility by rules వచ్చు కాబట్టి you can directly solve. You no need to remember all these 5 things, but the thing is last 2 are very very important. Okay, so you have to remember these last 2 important points. The last 2 are, let's suppose take example of a power of n, b power of n. If there is any question in this form, okay, so then this form is divisible by a plus b if it is a, okay, like let's suppose questions loni the number to divisible avutadi ani adagachu. So alanti kind lo it will be perfectly divisible by a plus b if n is a odd. Okay, let me tell you an example. Let's take 2 power of 7 plus 1. Okay, ఇది a power of n and b power of plus b power of n form లో ఉంది కదా. 1 means 1 power of 7, right? We can write it. So it is in the form of a power of n, b power of n. Now we have to check the n value. So here n is 7. So 7 అనేది odd even find out చేయాలి. Yeah, it is odd, right? So then the given number is satisfied for a plus b. A over equal to 2 and b over equal to 1. So given number is perfectly divisible by 3. So in this way you have to solve. See, for the next one it is in a power of n minus b power of n. If it is completely divisible by a plus b and a minus b, n is an even number. Let's take another example, 202 power of 56 plus 5 power of some 56. Okay, I'm telling the first one only. Here it's 2 power of 56 and plus 5 power of 56. Here n is even number, right? So we can't apply the first method one, because it is satisfied only for n is equal to odd. But if, let's suppose, okay, if because of 56 but that n is equal not a odd, so we can't apply this sixth method. So suppose if you take the 2 power of 55 plus 5 power of 55, now tell me, now n is equal to 55, it is odd, right? Then you can directly tell 2 plus 5 is equal to 7. So the given 2 power 55 plus 5 power 55 perfectly divisible by 7. So in this way you can apply the point number 6. Hope it's clear. And now the last one. If there is anything like in the form of a power of n minus b power of n, then it is will definitely completely divisible by a plus b and a minus b if n is even number. You have to first of all find out n is even or not, and then do a plus b, either a plus b or a minus b, anything is fine. Okay, let's take example 2 power of 7 minus 1, right? So the same as previous first example, 2 power of 7 minus 1 power of 7. So it will be in 1 power of 7. Now you have to check for the n. Is n is here even or odd? It's not even, right? So you can't do this. If it is 2 power of 8 minus 1, then it is 2 power of 8 minus 1 power of 8. So now you have to check for the n value. So n is even or not? Yes, even. So then you can add either 2 plus 1, it will perfectly divisible by 3. Okay, or 2 minus 1, it will perfectly divisible by 1, as I said. So either way you can do a plus b or a minus b. In this way all these methods are very very important. Please remember, first 5 are not mandatory but last 2 are mandatory. They can ask any kind these kind of questions.